From the battle to avoid the wooden spoon to the makeup of the top five, there's plenty to play for in the final round of the Farrer League. I'm Lauren Markham, and joining me to take a look at what might pan out are Marrar's Jesse Cunningham and AFL Riverina's Shane Buchanan. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
We'll take a quick look at the round now. Jesse, your Bombers are at home to North Wagga, and really you need a win to be certain of playing finals, because if Collingullie cause an upset at home against Tumut, they can take fifth spot. And the Northern Jets too are still in the hunt. If they rack up a big score at Marrar, they could improve their percentage enough to sneak in if both you and Collie lose. While at CSU, the Bush Pigs are trying to avoid the wooden spoon when they host the Red Hot Hawks. Jesse, it was a 50-point loss for you guys when you played North Wagga earlier in the year, and you did have a tough day out against East Wagga. What do you have to get right this week?
Yeah, well, look, when we played North Wagga earlier in the year, we sort of played good for a half and then dropped off after half-time, and they just ran all over us in the second half. So hopefully we can put together a full-quarter effort this week and come away with the points.
And they have been in great form, the Saints. They do have some classy and also quick footballers, and Chris Willis kicked 5 when you played them. What do you think holds the key to their game?
Yeah, I think against us, their run off half-back and through the midfield really killed us. And they're pretty evenly good around the whole ground. They've got some good key forwards and then some classy midfielders. I think Kurt Hambling and Corey Watt sort of took control of the game in the second half against us.
Yeah, and for yourselves, Matt Mulcantina's been in some good form in the back half of the season. What have you made of his footy?
Yeah, Mulkey, first half of the year he sort of was playing more up forward, and then second half he's been playing in the ruck, and he's probably been our best player for a number of weeks now.
Yeah, and you and your brother Tyler switched to Marrar from Turvey Park. What have you made of the Farrer League, and who do you enjoy playing with this season?
Yeah, we come across from Turvey just for a bit of a change this year. Come into Farrer League, I didn't know what it would be like. And it's pretty tough, bigger bodies and that. And this year, yeah, Clint Taylor's been my role model sort of thing and helping me out. So I'd have to go with Clint this year.
And what about your coach, Nick Casey? What's been his main focus in charge, and what does he want you to concentrate on this week?
Yeah, I think just playing to our strengths. We obviously don't have a real big side or any key forwards. Got a lot of classy, quicker players in the forward line, so trying to use them better and, yeah, use the footy better through the midfield and coming off the back line.
And Shane, North Wagga have plenty to play for as well, but can the Bombers win their way into the finals?
Yeah, I went and watched this game in the first round. Basically, North Wagga did move the ball exceptionally well. Marrar broke down up forward that day, couldn't find enough avenues to goal. So, I mean, I think that's probably Marrar's Achilles heel, I suppose, is finding enough goal kickers and enough other options up there. North Wagga's form last week was probably disappointing as well. So it's going to be a tough one. Both clubs need to win if they're going to play finals, building momentum for finals. Look, I might go with North Wagga in this particular one. I just thought last time they played, they were a little bit better than Marrar, especially up forward. So hopefully, maybe the same as in this one, which should be a really tight game.
And as we said, Collingullie is still one of 2 teams in the picture should Marrar lose this weekend. They get Dean Pound back, but, you know, will that be enough?
Well, it's Dean Pound, and plus they've had injuries concerns, like I suppose, like a number of clubs. But I suppose Collie at times probably lack a bit of depth, I suppose. So they can't afford to have too many injuries, and that's been their Achilles heel as well, I suppose, this particular year. I think the other thing Coach Mitch Carroll will be addressing is their goal kicking. And I think against Marrar they kicked 12 goals, 17, and last week they kicked 8 goals, 11. So they need to straighten up a lot, and obviously scoreboard pressure looks after itself if you can kick them. So obviously no doubt he'll be addressing that during the training session. Look, tomorrow, this is the first match without Matt Harpley as well, so it'll be interesting to see how they structure up there. Obviously, more pressure now goes on to Matt Wallace, who's an exceptional player as well. But looking for a winner, I think I might go with Temora in this particular one. I'm just thinking they're being more consistent over the season than perhaps Collie, and I'll go with the Kangaroos in that one.
There you go. And Jesse, you beat Collie a couple of weeks ago, and Temora you were able to shut down back in round 11. What have you made of both these sides this year?
Yeah, look, Collingullie they're a bigger side. They've got a lot of bigger bodies and they're very physical. And they're always tough to beat at home. Temora, they've just got a lot of classy, good players, a couple of good key forwards and some skillful midfielders. So I think Collier over there will be too hard to beat because their season's on the line.
And the Jets are the other potential finalists. They've got some quality players. Are they capable of running up a score against Barellan if they are pushing for that final spot?
Yeah, I think Jets, they've played patchy football this year when we played them. The second game they rolled us by a couple of points in the end, and I think, yeah, they'll put a pretty big score on Barellan.
Shane, Barellan have gotten better as the year's gone on. They kicked 9 goals last week and they have a chance to avoid the wooden spoon. How do you think this game will go?
Yeah, look, it'll be interesting. I think the Northern Jets got something to play for, so I think they'll probably have a good win. But I suppose, you know, they did kick 9 goals. Tom Collins kicked 3 goals in the last 2 weeks as well. So, and they had 6 different goal kickers as well last week, the Barellan boys. So, I mean, that's a positive in itself. They're not self-reliant on one bloke to kick all the goals. But the wooden spoon's up for grabs here, and I suppose maybe the 4 points is not for consideration, but maybe how much, you know, put a solid performance in, keep the margin down as less they possibly can, and they may avoid the wooden spoon. But I think the Jets, you know, it's time to step up. They've got another chance to play finals, and I think they'll grab it.
And also in that battle for the wooden spoon, what about CSU? You know, suddenly they're staring at the possibility of another, you know, season in last place. So what do they need to do against East Wagga?
Well, it'll be a challenge, there's no doubt about that. I watched East Wagga against Northern Jets a couple of weeks ago, and they were outstanding. By all the reports against Marrar last week, they were outstanding as well. They really moved the ball well. Look, they're a mature age team, and at the moment they're cracking along quite nicely. There's no doubt about that. CSU, yeah, it's been a challenging year, perhaps been a better year than last year. And I mean, in the end, Ash Wilton, the coach, has just got to basically go quarter by quarter, try and win the quarter as best they possibly can, keep the margin as low as possible, and hopefully they don't win that dreaded wooden spoon.
Exactly right. And Jesse, you got a good look at the Hawks last week. If you got another crack at them in the finals, how do you go about approaching that game to kind of put yourselves in the contest?
Yeah, I think our first quarter was pretty good. Our pressure was real good in the first quarter, and we were able to stick a few tackles and I suppose have them second looking, but we couldn't maintain it for 4 quarters. I think playing 4 quarters, high pressure, and don't let them run around too much. That's how you beat them.
Well, guys, thanks for coming in, and Jesse, good luck on the weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.